Whew, I think we're a minute early, but that's gonna be okay. I think we're live. Yes, we are live. Hi, you guys. Happy Monday. For those of you, happy MLK Day, where I currently am in Columbus, Ohio. It is currently 2 degrees outside, so I am keeping it very warm with this blanket. Hi, Carrie. First and foremost, that thumbnail you see is the back of my house. It is not a clickbaity title or a clickbaity picture. That is legitimately the back of my home. Long story short, Saturday night we were all getting ready for the winter storm Harper, which was bringing like all the snow and ice, and the temperature was dropping. So rather than go out for the evening, it was just game night, having friends over, having dinner, and then right around 8:35, there's a knock at my front door. And I open the door, and there is the fire department and the police department. And let me know, hey, you're this unit number, your garage port, along with 3 others, is currently on fire. And first of all, it's awkward to hear that. It's more awkward to hear that as Columbus is starting to get Harper, here in our area. We got it very late Saturday night. It was sleeting ice, and the sidewalk was just awful, and other people were out there taking pictures, and the fire department got as much of it extinguished as it could. They've been still trying to figure out cause, even though it's pretty obvious the cause. I went out the next morning and I took pictures. From what I see, and if you look at the thumbnail later, I'll put up a better one later, but you can see there are trash receptacles on the left-hand side of the garage ports. We have reason to believe that someone threw away, whether it be cigarette butts, some sort of candle, something that could catch on fire, flammable, and it went up in the corner of the garage ports. Things that I have lost personally. That orange car is no longer an orange car, but in that port that you see above the car, I have all my patio furniture. I have, or did have, it's gone now, but my trombone it's gone. Maybe I can scrap the metal for parts, but it is no more. My kitten carriers for travel, storage bins, just everything is gone from there. And there's a little bike that was in front of it because there's a little boy that lived in the complex next door to me. He didn't have a place to put his bike. He was 5 years old. He was so excited he has his brand new bike, and that bike is no more. And I don't know if his parents have told him this. Thankfully, and I should have said this at the beginning of this video, there, to my knowledge, were no injuries. No one is hurt that I know of. By the time I'd gotten there to fill out a report, the incident report, other people had taken the reports back into their home because it was just sleeting, and the police officers kept saying, take these into your house. And honestly, I just took it and didn't say anything. I didn't really know what to say. I mean, what do you say when someone knocks on your door and says, hey, your carport in the back's on fire? No one could see it because it was just sleeting so much, and there's trees that cover it, and there's a fence, but this is more of a lesson. This is less of a video saying, like, woe is me, because I do have insurance, but I will get to that because that's an interesting topic. But this is not woe is me. This is more of a reason to say, hey, get your car insured, get your home insured, have an emergency fund. All these financial YouTube groups, channels, communities that say have an emergency fund, get one. Mainly because it's MLK Day, it's 48 hours after this has happened, and it's going to take insurance and paperwork and reports and cause, and they have to make sure that it wasn't arson and that it actually happened, in the community area of the condominium. And while all that takes time, life has to go on. And if I have to get a rental, if I have to go rent instruments for my kids because I am now out a brass instrument, if I have to travel and I don't have my little kitten carry to take them to their vet, I have to use my emergency fund. And I'm still trying to figure out how to make this all work in January no spend. I don't think anybody ever expects to do a no spend and in the middle of living off of $80 a week have their garage port go up in flames. But needless to say, there is insurance. I have it. It's just a matter of figuring out who is at fault. Legally, and obviously I'm not a lawyer, I have one, but I am not one. Technically, if it did happen on the community property, then the condominiums will cover a portion of this. But again, everything to some capacity will be covered. I am, the young adult that's ever had this happen before, so I don't really know what's going to happen, what to expect. If you have ever lived in a common space where you do share a carport, I'm in a condo, so obviously I have neighbors on either side, and our cars are parked. If your car is parked and you are not in it, and it gets destroyed by a fire in the common space that's spread to your property, who's at fault for this? This is one of the many, many questions I have going through my mind at this point in time. And obviously, I have to wait. And it is right now, as I said before, a holiday. It's MLK Day. Our offices are closed. I have Nationwide as my home insurance. They cover home and car. But the company, I won't say which insurance company we have for the condo here, but my association has, excuse me, but I think the first thing I have to do is get my police report, which takes legally 3 days, and it was filed on a Saturday. Sundays don't count, Monday's a holiday, so I think the earliest I'll get it is probably Thursday, Friday. And once the police report is given, it will have, or it should have, what caused this fire. Again, I told you what I think caused it, and I hope my videos, I did go out, I took video of this, I took pictures of this. It wasn't for YouTube or social media, it was just in case their story doesn't match mine. I had a slight fear they would say that the car started the fire, but if you look in the pictures, you can clearly tell it was something thrown in the trash receptacles, because that part is completely destroyed. The one side of the car is gone. The other side that was farthest away from the trash receptacle still has working parts. It's not completely demolished. The car is gone, but there's less damage on that side. But I also wanted to say really quickly, I did post that night. I was just kind of in shock, so I was on my community page on YouTube. On the main page, you can see videos, home, community. I posted the picture that is this thumbnail and just said, guys, this has happened in my life. Like, all I expected was maybe a couple inches of snow and a hot chocolate, and got a little more than that. If you were here a year ago, like right around this time is when I got laid off, and 2 years ago was when I almost lost my mortgage because I switched jobs. I just told my parents that just left that I don't think January is really my month. I have a feeling that just surviving January will be a big, big thing. But I wanted to thank you. Hey, come here. I wanted to thank you guys for the pouring out of comments. The important thing is that everybody's okay. Somebody asked if this one was okay. She has no idea what's going on. She's just here for treats and is scared of the snow. But thank you guys for the comments, for the well wishes, and hopefully this can be maybe a learning experience. I will keep you guys updated with what my condominium says. My parents and I do expect them to claim fault to this. If the police report states that the fire did start in a common area, it's then, my responsibility to write out all the assets that were destroyed. And honestly, I don't know the next step. I don't really know. I've never had this happen. This is something you don't want to have happen. But of all the times I've ever complained about having to pay insurance, this is when you're thankful for it. I have to say that. Actually, I think in my last no spend, I did say I had just updated my home insurance and my home warranty that covers all my appliances and major things. So hopefully this will all work out. Please, please, please. Oh, you went down? You can go. You're excused. Well, we're hoping that this will work out, but important things. One, and always one, no one was hurt, at least to my knowledge. I have not seen the report. To my knowledge, no one is hurt. Everything, at least on my end, is insured, and if the condo won't cover it, I will have a report for my Nationwide insurance to cover at least my deductible on it. You guys, I've seen you leave comments, but let's read them. Carrie says, hello, Dennis. Oh, Dennis wrote, what? I think you wrote that when I said my thumbnail of this video is legitimately my garage the night that the police and fire department came to my door and said, hey, young lady, are you this unit? And I said, yes. And they said, well, your carport's on fire. So I went out and they had the lights on, because even when it's, you know, nighttime and they're putting out a fire, they put these big lights on the area, and they have to smash in all the car windows to make sure that no one is actually in the car. So all the windows of all cars in the ports that were on fire, they do not have windows anymore, because by law, the fire department has to, in the event of a fire, smash all the windows. A, to make sure, you know, there's nothing explosive in the car, and B, to make sure that there's no person, human, animal in the car. So that was Dennis's. Carrie wrote, yikes. Angela, okay, whose name is all about that euro? That is the most amazing name. Someone in this comment section wrote, oh my goodness, and it was the channel all about the euro. That's amazing. Tina wrote, Brittany, camper for life, sorry for your loss. You guys, that's so nice. And again, this is not a woe is me. I'm still in my home. I still have heat. It's just, I don't have a carport. My garage is gone. But if I had to switch it and not have the home but have the garage, I never would. So even though it is not the most ideal way to start 2019, it's gonna be okay. I mean, if nothing else, it's gonna be a learning experience on car insurance. Oh, I did have your guys' comments. Let's see here. Glad you were safe. Thank you, Dennis. Again, that is the most important part. I don't know how to tell my little 5-year-old neighbor their bike isn't here anymore. I'm sure his parents will get to it, but he's so sweet, and whenever he gets his homework done and he plays piano, he's really cute. He has little piano lessons, and English is his second language, and all he likes to do is ride his bike. And because my carport's closer to his door, I let him put his little lock pad on part of my garage, and that's no longer here. Where's all about that euro? There they are. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Glad you were safe. Lee, yes, there was a fire at my home in the garage port out in the back. And if you want to see the picture, the legitimate picture of my garage is the thumbnail of this video. Things can be replaced, people cannot. That's true, Dennis. And somebody actually wrote to me and asked if my kittens were okay. That made me feel so nice to know you guys care about my kittens. They're basically the stars. I think this falls outside of the no spend. I think so too. I think if you're doing a no spend and like a very big unforeseen thing happens, I believe, and all you financial gurus let me know, this is when the emergency fund comes into play. This is why we even have the emergency fund in the first place. So if I need something before Nationwide can cut me a check for it, you know, it's there. Now, granted, I don't need anything direly in that garage at this point in time, but should I have the emergency fund. I'll get receipts. We'll figure it out. Dennis, Januaries are not your month. Doug Joseph, who's already stopped by earlier today. You're a rock star. January's almost over. Thank the Lord. The Reverend, that's what I always call you when I read your comments. So glad you're okay. The insurance companies will duke it out. As long as you're okay, that's all that matters. That's true. And I have to also thank some of my friends offline who are either lawyers themselves or are related or married to lawyers who have come forward and said, hey, saw your picture. Should you need any help or counsel or just representation in any way, or just to state that you have it, let us know. Very nice. Thank you guys. Like, amazing. I already had kind of a soft spot for humanity when I started to see all you guys be nice to people who were affected by the government shutdown. I didn't think I would be, not in the government shutdown, but I didn't think I would be included in like people reaching out and saying I can help you should you need it. Oh, someone wrote pretty kitty. Good luck with everything. Dad, that's so embarrassing. Aw, bless you. Hope everything's okay. Things can be replaced. Hope all goes well and fairly painless in replacing everything. Now, because this wasn't planned or part of anything I wanted to share, if you want me to continue to post an update, I put an optional live stream later this week, or I'll push it back to next week once I hear from the condo insurance, the car insurance, and my home insurance. I want to, if I could, make this some sort of a learning opportunity, meaning like this insurance company said this, but we're gonna go this way and here's how it all worked out. So in the event, God forbid, this happens to you and it's a really weird circumstance, it wasn't my neighbor accidentally, was doing something and it caught on fire. This most likely, hasn't been officially said yet, started in the common area trash receptacles. Meaning, we have no one person to say this was your fault, you have to have your insurance pay for this. We don't have that right now. Unless something magically happened in the reports from the police that I haven't read yet, this is still technically, a disaster caused on the public grounds of this condo complex. So we shall see what happens, but either way, you guys, take care of yourselves, double, triple check everything in your house, especially since it's so cold. I did read a lot of pipes bursting around here, especially because it's -5, and I don't expect it to be getting any warmer anytime soon, but moral of the story, yes, it's an inconvenience. Yes, it's not the way you want to start the new year, and yes, it's gonna maybe throw a wrench into the no-spend January, but we will still go live on Saturday. I still have my regular envelopes in the wallet. We'll see if I have to deviate from it. I have a little extra emergency cash should I need to, but moral of this story, have insurance, take pictures and video, because unless you're magic and you can tamper with video, take pictures and video. In the event that your report goes against theirs, that is your witness, that is your alibi or your pictures. So make a report, take pictures, and then just keep in communication, usually with just one insurance, but because we don't like to do things normal around here, we're gonna keep in touch with 3 insurance companies, but all should be good. I think that's all I have for you guys today, considering this was not supposed to be an upload day. For those asking if they can send things to me, you do not need to do that. That is so kind of you. I could not have asked for a nicer thing, but no, I think I should be okay. If anything, my sister's gonna watch all my videos on a playlist. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna put your videos on a playlist and just let them play. That's how I'm going to help you. Okay, cool. All right, I am off. I have the rest of this day to kind of get ready for school tomorrow and hopefully hear from insurance when I have to meet with them. It might be sometime this week, so I'm gonna try to get sub plans should I need them. Other than that, you guys take care of yourselves, stay warm, and don't catch grass on fire. That's the end of this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Video out tomorrow.